Okay, Geoff. 1-0 win at home to Southend Manor. It wasn't pretty, but in the end it was effective.
Yeah, it's been the nature of our performances recently. Not been to, obviously, early season standards. There's a few reasons for that. Obviously, the injury situation at the moment and us not having to have sort of a stable side. I mean, we tried our best really to not change the side too much from last week to build some sort of consistency. But it's just where it is at the moment, and I think the dynamics have changed, and it's sort of like understanding that when teams come here, we're now seen as a scout, as opposed to we were the team that's just come up, so it's kind of like go at them, we're supposed to win. Now the dynamics have changed where I think teams see us sort of like a free hit, so they're going to raise their game, you know, with nothing to lose, and if we don't start sharp, the mentality is, and I've been there before as a player, they're not really all that, they're not really that good, so you know we can get a result here, and then again there becomes a different sort of game. So yeah, first half wasn't great. I mean, everything was sort of going wrong. I mean, we tried a few things tactically which didn't work, so obviously we can put it down to us initially trying to get a bit more control in midfield with inverted fullbacks, but we noticed early on it wasn't working, and we could actually get more joy by getting our fullbacks wide and high. But then the execution, when we did get into a lot of situations, wasn't good enough in terms of the final ball, which was really frustrating. So coming at 0-0, made a change, went to an orthodox sort of free midfield, told our wingers in terms of where to be on and off the ball, so we can have better shape, and then we started to put a bit more pressure on. So I felt due to our second half performance, I would say I think we deserved to get the points, but they pushed us really right way to the end, even to the point where we had to go free at the back just to stop their aerial balls that they were putting into our box to get the equaliser. So as you said, it's not pretty, but it's another win. Gives us again a little bit of a cushion and something to build on for next week, which is the Hutton game. Great.
There were when it came was a foul on Noah in the box, which resulted in the penalty.
Yeah, it's something which I go on a lot about in terms of football IQ and just being smart, because it's us realising what's working and what's not working. So for instance, the long throws and corners into the box, they had, I think the centre back number 5 was really good in the air. So again, it's about thinking outside the box. We're not going to keep pumping balls for him to head it in. So that's what we've asked for pretty much all season, and I think we're starting little bits to get it. So they were expecting a long throw. Noah's come short, spun his guy, got in front. Potentially a soft penalty, but he did touch him, and
I thought it was givable.
Yeah, exactly that. It was. If we went to VAR, they wouldn't have overturned it. And then we got the pen. Now, obviously,
Briggs steps up. We all know what happens when Briggs steps up, except it didn't.
Yeah. I think Briggs usually goes the other side as well. I think normally, but yeah, it's post, so he's going for precision. And what I loved about it was the reaction to it. We didn't sort of step and say, we've missed a pen, what was us? Lewis got on the ball, great delivery. Noah back post, where we keep asking him to be, 1-0, and as I said, it was well deserved. So from there on in, it was really about us sort of just being smart and seeing out the game, because they did get in a few times with their sub, a few last ditch tackles from Geoff and Dean, which were match-winning tackles, so to speak. So all in all, as I said, the subs made a big difference, which was key again, which we keep talking about in terms of game changing, right attitude. Everyone's usually you're disappointed when you're not starting, but show the right attitude. As I said, 3 points.
Okay, so I mean, I think one of maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but Lewis, as well as putting in the cross for Noah's winner, also managed to get back about 80 yards to make a block, which was outstanding, and I think personified the kind of spirit there is in the team.
100%. Lewis has been away from it from a while. We sort of had a chat midweek, in terms of where he feels he sort of sits in the team and feels he deserves a few more starts than he has been. And we're an open door, as I said, management team. We encourage these sort of conversations, so we know where we are. I know not all teams run how we run, but that's how I like to be. So everyone in our squad sort of knows where they are, and if they don't, they can drop us a message or ask for a chat after training, and we can agree to disagree, but at least you know where I'm coming from, and we can understand a bit more from there. And that was, I think, a response of it. Lewis coming on with a point to prove. Again, with a performance like that, he now knocks on the door for next week, and that's exactly what we're asking for. Come on, prove us wrong as management. that you should be starting, and it increases the competition, which all in all benefits the club and benefits us as well.
Clean sheet as well. I mean, we didn't exactly ride our luck, as you said. It got in once or twice, but were tended to shoot straight at Jack or Rover when they did so. But clean sheet must be said.
Always. Like I said, sort of Dean, obviously Geoff coming in, he's been out for a few weeks. Alistair again filling in for Bailey, excellent performance again. And this is what can happen throughout the season. You talk about nearly a 45-game season, you're going to need everyone to sort of come in and just be ready and at the races. And we did a little bit, as I said, of training on Thursday, just a little bit regarding sort of like defensive shape and movement. And we saw little bits of it, not as much as I would like, I'll be honest, because I still think we're still looking a very bit disjointed. But I feel that will come along with sort of like consistency in performances, and also sort of like when we get a few of those sort of like regulars back, because you can't really build much when you haven't got your spine. Usually you build your spine and then you put the players around it, and it's also easier for the players coming in when you've got regular players sort of, and the leaders sort of moving the team around. It helps turn them to settle as well, because they're coming into a settled team so they can perform. I think the more we get them back, Briggsy came on, did half an hour, did 20 minutes last week, half an hour again, because everyone knows how key Briggsy is in terms of how we want to play. So again, he's got more in the tank. Hopefully maybe a few back in the next couple of weeks, and we can have a real big push towards the end of the season, because if we don't end up in the playoffs, it's going to be a very fine margin for those games. We've seen it against Cannons Wood, Harlow, very, very narrow games, small games where it could be a set piece, it could be something really minute, and we're going to need sort of our better players to not only be ready, but also in terms of the tactical battle, which will come down to, you need your tactically astute players, to ready to be doing, to shift around in-game management as well. So that's key. But like I said, boys are really happy with that. 1-0 win at home, and we go on.
Yeah, and that crunch end of the season, I guess, really starts with Hutton next week, as you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, of course. Again, the traditional what we call 6 pointers, aren't they? With teams in and around you. So they turn into must not lose, really, because you don't want to give the impetus to. So with obviously the teams, games in hand on us, catching us, we don't really want to be giving away points. But it's a home game, and like I said, we always come with home games. We always come to win. We've played pretty much everyone this season at least once. So we've said that there's nothing to really be afraid of, or whatever it is. So we'll go in there with confidence. Feel from the cup game as well. That if we can implement our style against theirs, we can get a win. So we welcome them next week, and because I think they lost today, so they're going to again want to bounce back. So it'll be a tough game. It could be narrow, just like this game. So we need to make sure we're on the right end of it and see what our results are.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks everyone.